So tell me how I can help you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Cloud. I really loved your boundaries book. Actually, a friend told me to call in
Ah,
because she's a good friend. She's seeing that I have some anger issues. I think I do, but not as much as she thinks I do, I guess. But she's a great friend. So this is my situation. My mom passed away a couple of years ago.
oh, I'm sorry.
And I went through a divorce. It's okay, yeah, it's fine. And I went through a divorce, and I realized I've
All at the
been kind
same,
of burning a lot of.
this all happened all at the same time?
Um, I got divorced around 2017, and my mom passed away 2018. And it's, I guess it's still kind of fresh. I think I'm
Yeah.
more. Yeah, I went to a lot of grief support groups, and
Oh, good.
I turned to kind of stand-up comedy to kind of deal with the grief, because I realized the grief groups are too depressing for me. And I was just very destructive, I think, in the stand-up circles. Like, I think people were saying I wasn't funny, like I was banned from some places because they didn't want a negative girl. So I really lashed out
Really?
against a lot of these people in the group. Yeah. I mean, I think part of it is just my personality, I think, because I do some triggering comedy, but I've just been kind of retaliating. People say you're not funny, and then I challenge them to like the Comedy Store, and I think I've burned a lot of relationships that way. I
Oh,
started
wow.
around November, and I just think I'm angry at, I think, men in general a little bit, because I think my marriage was like basically 1 year, and I think when my mom passed, like I was kind of fighting with her boyfriend about the house and stuff, and my mom kind of passed away pretty relatively quickly to get it resolved. And I think I'm just generally kind of lashing out at a lot of people. There's some things I said in social media I probably shouldn't have said,
Okay, so
but I just
give me an
don't know.
example. What does it
Yeah.
mean by lashing out at a lot of people? What does this anger problem look like?
So I used to go to this bar to perform, and then some people would say like, "Oh, Lee is so angry at men all the time, blah blah." So they would just, I guess, to them it was banter, but to me I felt like it was an attack. So I went online and said, "Well, this bartender I used to tip well. He said I wasn't funny, and like I dressed like I'm a Chinese factory worker and all that stuff." And then like people told me to legit quit from comedy, and I was saying like, "Well, I'm going to challenge you to the Comedy Store." None of them accepted. And I would just say like, "Well, I tipped this bartender well, and he's still like just being mean to me. I hate this place. Like, this place sucks." And then I got banned from that place, of course. And I've
Okay.
just been continuously been banned from like 8 different places. I think part
And
of
is
me,
8 different places?
yeah, because they can
Oh,
ban whoever you
all right.
want to, I guess.
Okay.
But
All right.
I
So
just noticed,
let me ask you a question. Um, these are people for the most part you don't have real significant relationships with, right? That
no,
you're
no,
you're spewing this anger out at, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. So a lot of times when people are doing that, there's some kind of anger that in their significant relationships, the ones that really matter, there's
Hmm.
some kind of woundedness that happens there that in significant relationships, it's difficult to resolve anger well. And so it sits there, it doesn't go anywhere, and then it gets kind of hardened. And then we find symbols out there that represent that kind of wound and sort
Uh-huh.
of, take off at that. So one of the things I'm hearing in the theme, it's kind of whenever you feel like invalidated, like somebody doesn't see your value, your worth, and your goodness, and that you are funny, it's that kind of slight. Is that kind of the theme of all these?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Okay, have you ever seen that pattern that what really see, we all have stuff, I want you to understand this. You're not like unique in terms of weird or anything.
Right.
Most humans will be able to find there's a particular, if we went to, you know, kind of the different selection of all the rooms of available, hurts in life, and they put the signs up on the walls, and here's abandonment, and here's put downs, and here's desertion, and here's rejection. Everybody's probably got a well, if I got to go in any door and work out some stuff, it's door number 3 or door number 2.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I would encourage you to take this theme, if that's the right theme. I want you to think about this with somebody that
Hmm.
actually sees you,
Okay.
and see, where does this theme come from? Like, who are the significant relationships in my life that I might not quite be finished with, because they've made me feel this way, and I never got to finish it with them. So now I'm going and finish, the old term in psychology is
Uh-huh.
unfinished business. And we find new people to try to resolve that
Right.
with.
The hurt.
And
Okay.
sometimes, you know, it's really, I mean, people will, you just continue to look for the next situation and try to resolve that in. What I'm worried about is that it's leaving a path of collateral damage in your life,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I want you to go find out, where does this come from, and who do I need to deal with? And the first, you don't pick up the phone and go deal with them first. What you do is you get with somebody that can really understand this, and can get to the roots of, why do you feel this way, and they can help you heal it. And then you can do whatever
Okay.
you want to with that person. Sometimes people have to go talk to them, sometimes they don't. A lot of times they're dead and gone. There's nothing you can do. I'm worried about the
Right.
issue, because my hunch is you're funny, aren't you?
Hmm. Yeah. I think so. Thanks.
All right. So probably some of your friends do. I mean, do your friends tell you, give this thing up, you're not funny?
I mean, some people do, some people don't, but it doesn't even matter because I think at open mics you should just have the opportunity to go if you don't break any rules, right? I mean, that's my
Go do it.
standpoint. There's people,
Have fun.
yeah. So
Have fun.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I
awesome.
started a
Yeah.
radio show on a whim 2 weeks ago. So go online and say, this is going to be my new comedy show, and do it. You can do it
Awesome.
there. But
Sounds
but I
great.
do want you to go look at this theme, because it's going to get in the way, right, of new
Right, right.
relationships. Sounds like it kind of centers around men. So go find out, who am I unfinished with, and work that out. And then I think you're
Mhm.
probably going to get some great comedy that comes out of this as well. Okay. Thank you for your call.
Awesome.